Welcome back to ABC24 This Week. I am Richard Ransom along with Pepper Baker from ABC24 and ABC24 political analyst Otis Sanford. Let's talk about the choice of a new Shelby County School Superintendent, Memphis Shelby County School Superintendent. I don't know, would we both agree, all three of us agree, that it is the most important position in Shelby County?
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about our kids here.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a school system that's needing some good leadership.
Right.
So we have an interim superintendent. Her name is Toni Williams. She was appointed back in August when Dr. Joris Ray officially stepped down. By most accounts, I hear she's doing a pretty good job. There are some disagreement about that. But nonetheless, she swore. I don't know if she swore, but she promised that she didn't want the job permanently. In fact, she told one school board member, we heard the public, said Althea Green, she said, we heard your cry. That's why I'm nominating Chief Toni Williams, because she does not, be clear to the news media, want this job as a superintendent. And school board member Michelle McKessick said much the same thing. That was one of the reasons that she was chosen for the interim job. Well, apparently, come January, she had an epiphany and decided that she wanted the job after all. And it's interesting because we started noticing here in the newsroom that when correspondence went out or other material from the school system regarding the interim superintendent, the word interim was suddenly dropped from the title. And then we had a State of the District address earlier this week that Ms. Williams decided to give, and she's actually launched given statements to reporters about why she thinks she's qualified and the things she's done, the accomplishments she's made. Now, my contention with this is it's about integrity. You made a promise that you weren't going to do it. If you wanted to leave an opening, you could have, and she chose not to. And then also, you've basically launched a campaign that's put the other 23 candidates at a disadvantage here, because she can actually put public pressure on these school board members who will be the ones who hire her, and basically giving them no other choice than to hire the one that everybody knows. So Otis, what's your take on this?
Well, I mean, you raised a lot of good points here, Richard. I mean, the fact is that if she said emphatically, and she probably shouldn't have said it emphatically, that she was not interested in the job, and now she's doing this turnaround, it does speak to her credibility just a bit. And so I think it's the school board's responsibility here to not let that be a determining factor here. Still, if you've already contracted with a headhunter to find candidates and you've already paid that group money, go on with the process the way you plan to go along with it, and not let the fact that Ms. Williams has changed her mind influence you one way or the other. Now, if that does not happen, then the school board has some explaining to do about why they are agreeing to this after they were so emphatic about it.
What are your thoughts about this?
I do think that is a fair point, but there is something to be said about being able to figure out if you've done the job, if you can do the job before you go put your name in the hat for the job. She's already been the interim since August, I guess, when she was named, and she's already proven at this point that she's been doing a pretty okay job. There might have been some imposter syndrome there of could I do it? Now she can do it, and she thinks she could do it. I don't know what exactly her reasonings are to go back on what she said. But I do feel like she's allowed to put her name in the hat, but to your point, the process should continue the same. You should look at each candidate fairly and then just kind of make your decision as if she didn't have that. Plus, you talk about the superintendents of the past going up through the ranks and then knowing that others who previously had that position who went up through the ranks and didn't end up so well, she may not have thought she would have had a good standing in the race.
But if the school board members, and I'm talking about Reverend Green and Michelle McKessick and others, if they made the decision to appoint her as interim with the clear understanding that she is not interested, then that's what I say creates a problem here. Because now they are having to go back on, or certainly come across as giving the appearance of giving her preferential treatment now that she wants to be a candidate.
That's fair.
And Reverend Whalen has made the observation, he's been on the show frequently too, and an outspoken critic of the school system, I should point out, but nonetheless, feels like we don't need someone who's just okay or doing the job well. Right. This school system needs that superstar to come in. He advocates a global search if that's what's required to make us our students competitive globally and bring in the best possible candidate that we can. But I can tell you the allure of it is, look, there aren't many jobs on the taxpayer dole that pay north of $300,000 a year. Probably superintendent, MLGW CEO, and police chief are the only three that come to
And
mind.
even the police chief is
Not quite there, yeah. So, and double what the mayor makes,
Right.
and rightfully so. It's a very important position in what a $1.5–2 billion budget. So
Right.
it's a lot of
Billion dollars,
responsibility.
right.
But you would hope that cooler heads will prevail and they'll make the best decision possible
You
for the
hope so.
kids.